Chibachel, Savvy, Novi, Chandalone. How's everybody doing? Cult Tourist, Vicky Lang. How's everybody's Friday? Thank you for joining me. Oh, how's that? Christy Sand, Like of the Head. How's everybody doing? Thank you for joining me in my final live before I leave for Europe next week. Counting down the days and the shit I gotta get done before I leave. And it's going to be a nice run once I finish everything at home. Love from France. I see a few other chats on the other thing. What up, Rob Colt? Greetings to Germany. Where's everybody at? Drop your locations. Novi said, I've truly become a shadow. Yeah, I realize it looks better in here with the light down. I had a little too bright before, so this is better. Cool. Janelle Gazelle, thank you very much. She loves the new song. Who's heard the new song? It just came out today. I haven't even mentioned it yet. Drop a fortune cookie if you heard the new song. Let me know what you think. This is my favorite song. I've said it before. You know, I keep saying I don't like to hype up my own shit too much, but yeah, no, this song feels different for me. And yeah, the plays are going crazy. That's another thing. So thank you for everybody. I can only see Spotify plays. Haven't posted something on YouTube. The YouTube on YouTube, there's usually through the distributor, there's like a random generic generation of the song that will pop up. That will just be the album art. Normally we upload our own on YouTube that has the spinning, the spinning disc. But this time, we went and filmed some content the other night and kind of just got some footage to create a music video. It's like yeah, it was kind of a last minute thing. Didn't plan on it, but it is looking really cool, really dreamy. We're editing it. I'd like to have it up by today. The plan was 11 o'clock, but I didn't get to finish it this morning because I had a lot of stuff to do. So I will post that on YouTube this time in replacement of the spinning vinyl that we normally have on there. So just gives you a little more eye candy to look at as you're listening to the song. Violet F, yeah. She said most of the plays were from her. Is she right? Or is it from all of you? I don't know. Corvin, you could call it a music video. Yeah, you could call it a music video, but it's I wouldn't say it's a full music video. It's like a visualizer. It was a last minute thing. Made it in an hour. Filmed it in an hour. Probably put about so far 8 hours into editing it, which that takes long. But I don't want to say it's a full music video because I'll save that for the shit we got coming in after this tour, because that's going to be like next level cinematic shit we're going for. But this is a nice visualizer. Angel's here even though she's at work. What up, Angel? Dark Prism, thank you. I'm happy you like it. I'm happy the people are dropping fortune cookies because if you heard the new song, Peace in the End. So yeah, it is very this is my first one of the Raw series. So I'd mentioned before, just kind of like Just I think burned out on just all the AI sounding shit that you hear. It's just everything's starting to sound just boring in music, and I just wanted to just make some raw shit with the guitar and my voice, trying to make it as stripped back as possible, because that's kind of the stuff that I feel like is missing right now, and all of the perfection and the overproduced, charting songs on the Billboard. So, or just in general on TikTok, the shit you hear every day. It's like just like the perfection of it. So I wanted to try to make something a little less perfect. So yeah, I hope you like it. I'm gonna do that with the next couple songs at least. I'm gonna release raw versions first, and then and to be honest, some of them may become full versions, and some of them may never leave the raw form. So sometimes, the raw version is the version it's meant to be. But with this song, I think I can make it cool produced out. And then there's also, it's too early to tell you, but I'll share that with you next time. I just want you to check this song out and listen to it. But yeah, I got all kinds of cool things and ways to tie it in and ideas and shit. So I can feel the emotion. Yeah, that's the goal. I've been spending a lot of time on songwriting because people don't really, and to be honest, I never really did either. As you're learning to produce, you're learning to write songs, you're learning to do all these things, you miss a lot, because all of these jobs are specialty jobs for individual people. Usually there's songwriters, there's mix engineers, there's mastering engineers, there's the producer. So it's like when you do all these jobs, certain things suffer because you can't focus as much as you can focus when you're just a one specialist type of person. So over the years, I feel like, as learning to produce, learning to write songs, you're writing lyrics, you're learning to write lyrics, you're learning to write hooks, you're learning to write all this stuff. But at the same time, these things are all just a part of it. The other part is, you strum some chords, and it's like you have a chord progression, but the chord progression gets stale after, if you play the same thing through the entire song. And to keep that emotion and thing, to make you feel these certain emotions, or keep it feeling fresh to your sound, to your ear, things are done in the songwriting process. So, you're just playing chord variations and you're reharmonizing. I'll explain it since the song's out now, and maybe some of you can say whether or not you feel what I'm talking about, because I can explain it clearly. So there's a chord progression through the song, is E minor, D, C, and then D. And so I play as opposed to in the past, I probably play those 4 chords throughout the song. I might change it here and there, but now I'm playing variations of those chords through the song. So E minor, D suspended 2, C major 7, D major. So I'm playing chords that, for each lyric that I hit on that chord, as opposed to playing, say, a lyric lands on the C major, and then that lyric, instead of playing a C major there, I play a C major 7, which sounds more nostalgic. It sounds, just a little bit jazzier, just a little more melancholic. So that's the type of thing, switching all of these throughout the song. So it makes the song feel just more emotional. And then, so that's another thing. So once the bridge hits, the key, the progression changes entirely from a minor progression to a major progression. And so that changes the overall feel of the song, and just depends on how you hear it. It could feel melancholic, it can feel uplifting, it could feel sad, all of those. It just depends on the person, depends on their mood. But when that happens at the bridge now, when I'm in that major key, or when I'm in that major progression, the outro hook comes back in, and when that hook comes back in, I stay in that major progression. So when you're hearing the hook at the end of the song, it's now reharmonized over a major progression, which makes it feel different than the first 2 times you hear it in the song. So that's just one of those things. So when you hear the hook the third time, maybe it feels bittersweet, or maybe it feels a little sadder, or happier, depending on how you look at it. So those are the types of things that I feel like are behind the scenes that nobody really knows what's going on as a music listener. You just know you like the song or you don't like the song, or how it makes you feel. So from my perspective, it's just really learning, you know, songwriting on a deeper level, and making sure that when I do play and when I do connect, or write the chords, the harmonic content that's going under my vocals are, it harmonizes with it in a way that, suits the lyric. And I think that's just a huge thing that I never paid a lot of attention to in the past. And, that doesn't mean you can't have a hit without doing all of these things, but it's just going to improve you overall as a songwriter. So yeah, drop, like, if you've heard it, tell me what emotion. Do you understand what I'm saying? Does that final chorus come in and feel different to you? And if so, what emotion do you feel? Give me, like, like I said, bittersweet is kind of like, I'd say how I feel. This person felt sadness, but also a sense of peace. But that's good. That's, especially at the end, it's supposed to feel more peaceful at the end. That too, that major progression feels more peaceful. And so switching to that at the end of the song, it's kind of like, peace in the end. So all of these things tie together that, you don't really think about. Some people just hear lyrics. Some people just hear a beat. Everybody hears music differently. So person said definitely changes. Sorry, I can't read names. It's too, the contrast is, but it's like a struggle and finally overcoming it. And I like that, because I guess that does kind of, I feel that. Heather Stutz, sad and peaceful. Yes. Cool. Melancholy, Christy Sand, Novi. So, for those of you who have gone through the Red Door, who have been engaged in this party we got going on, as making videos with the sound, and who has some, I've seen a couple already just before the song even came out. People made them with my teaser yesterday. But this song can be applied so many ways, like nature. It could be applied to family, grief. I was just curious, what are some things that you can see the sound being used to, if you were to make a video using the sound? So today I'm going to send out your settlements, so I need you to really follow along. It'll be part 2 of this week's Red Door. And that's where we experience the crossing. So, yeah, I'm so excited. Outside of, obviously, the new music and going on tour next week in Europe, the stuff we got coming with all of this, those of you who are following along, those of you who got your cult card and all that, and you're getting your number, it's crazy. It's over like 1,000 people now. So that's really cool that many people are joining up. So that's going to be used in a lot of upcoming things. This is like the beginning seeds of all of the what's to come. So definitely make sure you're filling out, you're going through the Red Door, and you're keeping up with it. I know a lot of people in here probably are. Yeah, there was like And that's where you, if you want to help with, like, people are always asking what they can do, help with creating content. That's where you can participate, and you know you'll get you'll get tasks, and it'll evolve over time, and it's 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 going to be good. It's going to be a good time if you're there. Everybody, we did season 1 of the street team, and everybody seemed to have enjoyed that. I'm so uncreative. You don't have to be creative, and everybody thinks they're uncreative, but sometimes it could just be emotional. You don't. It doesn't need to be creative. It's like your dog or your cat you love, or an animal, or a little slideshow of your family, or whatever. It doesn't have to be this whole. It doesn't have to be tied to witches. Put it that way. In all honesty, I'd prefer that if you made content for witches music, I'd prefer if you don't use me. You can always, but just so you know, that's the goal, is to do your own thing with it. Use it to show off your own art, your own emotions, whatever you want to do. So don't feel like you need to use. There's enough witches stuff going around. There's enough, people that have ripped it over the years and are using it, and sadly, it's so annoying. Like, the magic video has absolutely clobbered my fucking algorithms, just because it was stolen so many times and posted on so many pages or so many platforms around the world. When they were going to go away with TikTok, and everybody was hopping on that red note on the Chinese app, and I went and tried to post it on there for the first time. It said this video has been posted too many times. It's like, it was my first time on there. I couldn't even post my own video because so many people stole that fucking video and put their own music to it. Whatever. Some of it, a lot of people use my music with it, but so that's the fucking nightmare of the internet. But it is. So like I said, use your own stuff. And if you feel like you're more creative if you use mine, then you can use Witch's content, and rip the stuff from my page of me moving and stuff. But yeah, no, I prefer to see people's other stuff. I see enough of me. I'm sick of me. I want to see you. Yeah, and those that don't have their comfort level, like I said, follow the instructions, go through the red door, and we'll give you instructions, and give you ideas, and things to post. I think it makes it easier. Just like doing, it's kind of like having a checklist, of throughout the day, or just tasks. If they're written down or they're on some type of reminder, you can go down the list and you can get shit done that you have to. But if you're just kind of logging it in your head, you're gonna forget shit. You're gonna not be able to. You're just gonna get overwhelmed. So I feel like having stuff on your given to you as a guideline or a template, to me, seems infinitely easier, because you don't have to put that whole creative aspect into it. So, yep, I leave next week for tour in Europe. Tickets are selling. Check on the venues, and yeah, it's gonna be a good time. I'm looking forward to it, going to the places I haven't been yet, and going back to the places I have been. So, looking forward to it, and yeah, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. People asking how my birthday, what did I do? I think I got content, actually. I think we filmed this video that I'm editing right now. It's week before tour. My birthday, I think my birthday present is the tour itself. So I'm celebrating it maybe a few weeks after my actual birthday, because right now we're just preparing for tour. So, you know, not too much festivities. Just preparations. Yeah, I got eternity. I don't have to go anywhere to celebrate. All right, so we got some rapid fire questions that I guess you put together, right? That's what I was told. So I said I was told that you put together some questions and I got to answer them. Some are this or that, some are just personal questions, so I don't really know what they are yet, to be honest. But I will have them fed to me, and I will answer them. So I'll probably repeat the question first, and then answer them. So yeah, let's see what kind of questions you ask. I heard there's a good mix of normal ones and dumbass questions too. So we'll see. I believe that. I believe that. Okay, I'll start with some of the stupid ones first. This or that. So all right, let's see. What do we got? Going out or staying in? Staying in. You answer. You know what? You answer too. Everything that I answer, you answer. So when I'll ask the question, you answer as soon as you hear it, and I'll answer too. So staying in, because going out is never what it fucking seems. Am I more of a driver or a passenger princess? I am a driver always. Sometimes, every once in a while, I like to cruise in the passenger, but driver. Crocs or flip flops? Ugh. Um, Birkenstocks. Are Birkenstocks considered flip flops? Look, I don't know if I like that thing going between my toes on the flip flops. That shit feels a little weird to me. And Crocs, honestly, I haven't had a pair in so long. I like Birkenstocks. If I had, I'd probably pick Crocs at this point. No. Would I shine like a moon or burn like the sun? The fuck kind of question is that? I would I would burn like the sun. I'm a sun. I'm a fire sign. Would I be shiny or sparkly? I would be shiny. Why would I be shiny? Um, because I got to pick one of these two stupid fucking options. That's why. What's a bigger offense, pineapple on pizza or breaking spaghetti in half? I mean, I would say it depends on what you're asking. If you're asking an Italian from, Italy, probably pineapple on pizza, or even an Italian in America. Although, I think people, I would never opt for it, but, I'll eat it. I'll eat it. I'll eat anything. But yeah, I think pineapple on pizza might be more offensive to the Italians. Yeah, a lot of people are saying breaking the spaghetti. Well, you know, breaking the spaghetti to me is not as big of an offense. I feel like I never heard shit about it growing up. Nobody ever said anything bad about breaking the spaghetti. You got assassinated for fucking pineapple on pizza. Extreme hot or extreme cold? I would say extreme hot because that's what I live in. And extreme, it's hard. It's so fucking hot right now. It's hard because maybe this week I would say extreme cold, but overall, that I'd say of all disasters or natural disasters in the world, Las Vegas is we're in the best place. We don't get anything. We get extreme heat, but we don't get hurricanes, tornadoes, earthquakes. We don't get really any of that shit. So the extreme heat is our worst thing. All right, come. Those were some this or that's. I know I didn't answer them this or that because I gave a little bit of answers, but I'm trying to be a little more entertaining. You don't want just one worders. But anyway, these ones are a little more personal. So okay, these are the next ones. Imagine if I get to meet myself in the future and I get to ask him one question. What is it? Um, Shit, I don't know. I wouldn't want to. I wouldn't want to ask one question because I don't want to know, you know? Yeah, I wouldn't want to know. What three adjectives would I use to describe myself? Um, oh, Next question. We'll move on. I don't know, what the fuck am I supposed to describe myself? Okay, what? Okay. What would I be? Questions. Okay. What animal would I be? And I cannot say a dog. I would probably, I just watched this thing on hippos yesterday, and they're definitely no, actually elephants. Elephants are the most powerful, the land animal, but probably a lion, just because they're pretty sick. But I've been on land, so if I could be an animal, I'd probably want to take advantage of something that I wouldn't be able to do as a human. So I'd probably wind up going with a bird or a fish of some sort. Maybe a shark, maybe a great white, maybe a fucking, maybe a pelican. A pelican bit my head once when I was young, when I was taking a picture, and he bit me on the head, and I was crying. I was like 5. What smell or flavor would I be? Um, Probably, I made this combination the other day. I'm gonna fill you in with it. All right, it's okay. So I got the Palo Santo. I did a little. I don't really burn candles too often, but I got some at the house, and this one is like a soy candle. And what's the scent on it? I'm trying to think. Um, the scent on the soy candle that I have. But anyway, I need the scent on that. And then the Palo Santo was dipped into it. Like I kind of just kind of like dug a tiny little bit out, and then I burned it. And that scent of the combination of the small amount of candle wax and the Palo Santo was beautiful. It's one of my favorite smells ever. So I'd want to smell like that actually. And what was the smell? Um, mm-hmm. So okay, so yeah, so that's what I would probably want to smell like. I don't know that combination. I smelled it the other day and it was very nostalgic. It reminded me of like of a holiday within the last, I don't know, so many years, and it just put me in a place. Smells do that to you sometimes. So yeah, that would be the smell. It's white. Orange. It was a orange lavender magnolia candle. That was that with the Palo Santo, and that combination is fucking perfect. So that's what I would smell like. Which cryptid would I be? I don't have to pick. I already am a cryptid. For those of you who have access to the cryptid library, you need to submit an application for WITCHZ and get them put in there. I've been seen spotted by many in nature, and they they're I know people have told tales about me. That counts. Yeah. If I had to change my height, how tall would I be? I'm about 6'2". It'd be cool to be like 6'5" or 6'6". I feel like that's like that's perfect height, really. Uh, Bigger than that is cool too, but then it's like at that point shit starts getting really hard. finding stuff to wear, like you gotta at that point you gotta be in a pro like a pro athlete of some sort. So which element would I be? Fire, water, air, or earth? I would be I would be fire. What book genre would I be? What book genre should I be? Probably shit, I don't know. I don't know how to read that well. It's actually I can read. I'm just fucking playing. I'd say I'd say a dark romance probably, that's the shit that's what I'm feeling. I'm with the music, with everything. It's just the lane that I love. It's the lane that I'm in. It's the lane that if I'm being honest, it's if I wrote 100% well, this new song isn't a romance song. The one that dropped today, by the way. So if you haven't checked it out, Peace in the End. I would write only romance songs from here on out, honestly. And maybe I will. I probably won't, but that's really where I want to be. I don't want to be anywhere else. That's the lane that I feel like I'm best in. That's the lane that I know most about. That's the lane that I feel like I shine. I could talk about violence, I could talk about killing, I could do it, but to me that shit's so watered down at this point. It's like it makes me want to throw up thinking about it. So when I'm writing lyrics and I'm writing songs and it like and I'm saying it could be like of course it could be done right. I'm not saying that it can, but realistically it's like writing like songs emotionally that connect, that are either internal struggles of the mind or romance songs, love songs. Those to me feel more passionate and more real to me than violent songs. Those are fun, they're bangers, but at the end of the day, it's like it's overdone. What type of cheese would I be? I feel like somebody asked me that already. Um, I'd probably be a nice fucking. Just depends on my mood. Right now, I'd probably be a nice fucking brie. And I don't like it with the skin on it. I'll spread that on a nice fucking cracker too. And I like all cheeses. I like blue cheese. I like them all. But brie is like that one is always just feeling right. Gobos K likes provolone. Chicken pho or beef pho? Um, Honestly, probably beef in the pho. Feta. Someone said they'd be feta. I like feta. Feta I fuck with, especially on the salads, in the Greek, the Euro, the fucking, um, all of it. I do love feta. Cheddar's cool, but simple. Simple's good though. Oh, I got a question. Do you like pickles? I wonder who the fuck that's from. That must be from our very own pickle girl, Smangies. I do like pickles. I like the not the bread and there's the ones that are sweet. I like dill pickles. I don't like the other types. Those kind that have that sweet flavor to them. I don't like those. Kind of reminds me of like the difference between like kettle corn, popcorn, or I don't like that flavor of the kettle corn. It kind of not for me. What's what's the weirdest food combo that I like? You know, this is somewhat of a food combo, but somebody, let's see, whenever I tell people this, they think it's funny because, like, say I got some ice cream. This is my favorite. This is like heroin to me. All right, I want you to know this is better than heroin. I get some ice cream. I eat a whole fucking gallon of ice cream, and then I got ice cold San Pellegrino, as cold as you could fucking get it. I want ice floating around in the motherfucker. I eat that ice cream, I down that San Pellegrino immediately, and that bubbles and the fucking effervescence just burns my throat. That feels like what I imagine heroin feels like. I don't know if that's weird or not, but I'll tell you what, you want me to fucking get pumped up? Give me some ice cream and a San Pellegrino. What's the funniest thing I believed as a kid? Shit, I gotta think back. Good thing this isn't timed. Maybe it's supposed to be, but I'm breaking the rules. That's what I do. When you're the king, I'm the king, okay? Listen, at witches, I'm the king. It's obvious, all right? I'm the witch. I break the rules. I do what I want to do here. So, deal with it. But anyways, what's the funniest thing I believed? I feel like this is one of those things that will pop in my head randomly. I can't think of something right now, but maybe it'll come to me. Go on to the next question. Do I have a favorite video game, or am I even into games? Yes, over time I have many favorite games. I just don't have time to play them because Witches consumes me. But I would say, you know, of the recent era, I do like Fortnite because it's easy. It's just easy to hop on. I don't have to do shit. I don't have to like save a game. I don't have to commit. So that I like. Obviously, I like Mortal Kombat. I like Diablo. Been playing the new Diablo a little bit. I just don't have that. After tour 2027, I'll have the whole year because I'm not going to tour again until 2028. So all of you who are leaving comments saying, this is my final tour and you're crying. I saw people posting videos of them crying and shit. And don't cry. It's not really over. I was just playing. Oh, Roberto. Roberto's in here, bro. Okay. Do I miss you? Yes, I do miss you, Roberto. You need to come back around. This is a friend of the family. And yeah, I haven't seen him in a while. So next time he comes around, I'm gonna give him a hug. What 3 items would I take on a deserted island? I would say, all right, let me think about this. Okay, I feel like 3 items. It's not enough. If huh? Huh? um, let's see. Let me think about this. Probably a generator, a generator battery, a solar panel for it, and a computer. I'll make the fucking weapons and get the food when I'm there. I need some access because with that shit, I could at least be entertained. I could still upload my beats that I make out of fish intestines. I'll probably have to create a guitar out of fish intestines and figure out how beat on some rocks and create some types of drums. But I think I can still upload music and make music on the island if I have those elements. And like I said, I'll find the food and build the shelter. That's the least of my concerns. Did I have any interesting niche when I was young? Uh, Titanic, dinosaurs. When I was young, honestly, sports. That's all I did. It's like I played basketball in the fucking street from early in the day till the sun came on at night, or till the lights came on at night. Like I was playing basketball, two hand touch in the park with my friends. You know, football. I played soccer. I played baseball when I was really young. I played everything, and so sports was kind of like what I what I was really into. So I did play a lot of video games too, but I'd say sports were like what I was obsessed with. When I was that was one of the. You want to know what what I believed when I was young? That was funny to believe that I was going to be like in the NFL or some shit, or the NBA. No, funny. You know, I do have one thing about me that I can fill you in on. I was dunking freshman year of high school at 15 as a white boy, and that's something you don't see too often. So yeah, yeah, sports. What's the first thing I do after waking up? What's the first thing you do after waking up? When I get up, I make the coffee, and then I sit in here and pretty much just get on my computer and fuck around. Like some just depends. Sometimes I want to roll right into it. Sometimes I will want to take a break for a little bit, and but mostly, yeah, I'll probably just. Usually I get right into the music. To this morning, I got into editing this video that I'm trying to finish. So, it just depends on the day. But usually, yeah, there's not much else I do. Like because I'm on my own schedule. The things that I like to do, like to go out and eat or take breaks like that. That happens throughout the day. So I'm kind of like, kind of just in the morning. It's sometimes I'll chill for the first hour and like just bullshit around on YouTube and watch stuff or listen to stuff, or sometimes I'll get right into it, open the session up, and lately I've been getting right into it because I need as much time as I can before we leave. Yeah, I can see a lot of you don't like mornings. A lot of crying in the morning, first thing you do. Praying, trying to stay in bed longer, asking for more time, all of these things. Um, you got to go to bed earlier, you know? You can't push it and keep scrolling. It really does help. I need to take my own advice, but like laying in bed, if you stop scrolling before, don't lay in bed and just scroll until you fall asleep. I feel like that kind of helps, because it's real easy to get sucked into just fucking mindless scrolling for hours. Skip. Do I sometimes do all nighters in the studio? Um, so I've been on many different schedules. Like for the first years of production, I was on only nighters. I feel like I would sleep, I'd go to sleep at like, I don't know, like 6 or 7 in the morning, and I'd be in the studio all night, and then probably wake up around 2 in the afternoon and go in the studio. So like, that was mostly, I've rotated through every cycle. I've now I get up at like 4:35 in the morning. So it's just like, I used to go to bed at 4:30. Now I wake up at 4:30. So I think through the years of production, I've just fallen into every different random time work lane, I guess. Would I able be rather be able to not control my laughter or not control my tears? Um, I mean, probably I'd rather be able to not control my tears, or no, not control my laughter. Not control. It's a weirded, worded strange in my head. If you couldn't control your tears, you're just crying all day. I mean, if you're laughing all day, people might look at you like you're a little fucking nuts, but at least you're laughing. If you're crying, people be like, "Will you get the fuck away from me? You cry too much." Normally, people don't kick people away from them for laughing too much. You'd have to be laughing a lot. Or maybe you just had a real fucked up laugh and just a real terrible laugh, and people are like, "What is that noise?" Then maybe you'd be like, "Get away." What is my screen time and what app do I spend most time on? I don't. I would probably say either Instagram or TikTok for the reason that that's where social stuff's done. Other than that, I really am not on too many other apps. I don't know what my screen time is. I've never looked at it. I'm trying to make it less though. It's very distracting when you're trying to be in a creative flow and you open your phone to look at it and then you see something funny and then you start scrolling and it just annihilates your fucking creative flow and just takes you out of it, and then that you may not get back into it. So I really don't like being, I don't like being online, but you have to. I honestly, if I'm talking about computer, like with my phone, it's one thing, but I'm honestly, my computer's in front of me all day. So I'm on YouTube more than I'm on anything. Like, and not so much as like, for the social aspect, obviously we post our stuff on YouTube too, but it's mostly uh, learning. I'm watching shit all day in the background while I'm working on music, while I'm learning, while I'm taking breaks. Um, or even if I'm not watching, I'm listening to it. Mixing tutorials, songwriting tutorials, fucking. There's a guy right now I'm watching who's like a piano player, and he's just going through all the chords and explaining tension and release and why certain chords feel a certain way. That's the type of shit that I got going on in the background, either related to mixing, um, and yeah, mostly song related, production, some some other things. My algorithm changes. My algorithm changes obviously regularly. Let me see. Oh, okay. I'm open my YouTube right now and see what I got mostly. So yeah, Circle, a lot of electronic DJ sites, like DJ Music. Circle is always up there. I got mostly mixing videos right now. A lot of color grading. So I'm trying to get good at color grading, and so color grading is like when you film in RAW. For people that don't know, when you film in raw footage, like on high end cameras, it's called S-Log, and it basically films in a way that the footage looks super washed out, but it gives you the highest dynamic range, so you can really push colors in editing process. So when you get that footage initially, you got to color grade it. So yeah, color grading it's a fucking art form itself. So it's just the moodiness of the video. It's almost like the easiest way to sum it up is like a filter. Like when you add a filter, like a black and white filter or any type of filter, but it's like it's making the filter. It's like, putting a filter on is just putting a filter on. Like color grading is creating that filter to be specific to the scene that you wanted to convey. So in this new video that I'm posting, like I'm going for just dreamy, dreamcore for this new song, Dream World, like the colors, the everything. Um, that's what I'd say is what I'm mostly my FYP and shit. Um, if we were a real cult, where would we live? Shit, we are a real cult. But I'd say we'd have to get an island. We'd have to get an island or some kind of compound or something that we'd have to put a big wall around. Nobody else is allowed in that motherfucker. Unless we welcome them then in. But, you know, we can't. Yeah, I might have to take you to. We'd have to might have, figure out how to get to another dimension. That's a good place for the cult. Through the red door. That's where we'll go. Can I be part of your crew? I hate my job. Um, you know, Novi. People that shout out Novi. She's in here somewhere. She is now working with the crew, and she, honestly, I right now we only we only got so much budget here, and so much we can do at this phase. But in all honesty, yeah, I would always like to hire from within. Then that's one thing about me. Like I'm not big on honestly, I'm not big on any kind of like I guess industry norms of anything. It's like the idea of like having a manager, like managers don't do shit. Like it's a fucking scam. It's like having a certain manager, having a booking. Every once in a while, your manager, they could get you on like maybe some with connections they might be able to get you on some things like if you have a massive manager. But at that point, if you're that big and you have a manager that big, it's not the manager that's doing the work for you. If you are Justin Bieber, it does not matter if his manager is Scooter Braun or anybody. He's going to be fine on his own. You know what I mean? So managers are for people that have probably no clue how to do anything. Like I can do everything, so I don't need a fucking manager. So managers, a booking agent's important though. We do have a booking agent, and he books our shows, so that's cool because that's necessary. He's great, and so that's one thing. Like a booking agent, the booking agent gets paid on what they do, so that makes sense to me. A manager gets 20% of fucking everything, so it's like that shit don't make no sense to me. So it's like it's just for people that are clueless and lost. But I'm found, motherfuckers. I don't need I don't need that. So, but anyways, as far as like, yeah, I'm not ever looking for like, oh well, I'm gonna get this guy. Everything as you know in Witches is in house. Our video editing, our audio, nothing. Nobody touches anything that we do. Nobody. You know, your favorite artist, everybody you listen to, it goes. And I'm not saying that it's wrong to do that. I'm just saying what we do here. So it's like those things they touch 1,000 songs. They touch 1,000 hands before you hear somebody else's song. It's been heard by 1,000 people that are approving it, that are telling them, oh, this is a hit, this is not a hit, or we like this, we like that. When you hear my shit, it's like I finished it on the 17th, I uploaded it on the 18th, and then I wasn't happy, so I actually had to re-upload it 2 days later on the 20th to make it feel or to fix the problems because I prematurely uploaded it. So it's like, you know, that's just like a long kind of answer to say that I would rather hire people who are passionate to work within the witches world than to hire people that are in the industry. um, just it's just going to be a better outcome. I know people that have hired, say, content creators, and they pay them this money to not give a fuck. They make them generic content. They make them just stuff that they do because they think that's what they're supposed to be doing. Like, I don't want to be paying somebody to make me just generic shit because it's a job for them. I want somebody to be passionate. So the chances of us actually hiring somebody from like the cult is way higher than me finding somebody from the outside. It's got to make sense, and it's got to be the right time. Right now we're good, but you never know in the future what we'll be looking for. Things like, I just kind of go with the flow. If something feels right, then I do it. If it doesn't, then I don't do it. Yeah, so people ask what I'm looking for. I don't know what I'm looking for, I guess, until I see it really. One thing that is making authentic content, like in your world, like the stuff you like, the stuff that's like, using Novi again, it's like, it's very overwhelming to sometimes see. It's amazing, but it's also like I see all the art people create, I saw the content people create, I see this and that, and when you see so much of it, you you see it ever you see it becomes like, cool, I love this, I love this, I love this. You're going through it, and it's like you love seeing it all, but you don't know, like there's a time, like where something stands out above the rest, I guess. So it's like she was creating content for like multiple pages and it was good. So it was like that's the thing too. It's like just because you're making content, that's not everybody's going to be good, you know. And so it's like if it's not though, you know, she didn't ever make content before this, so uh, she just started with witches, and I mean, within a year's time, like that was literally fucking no time for somebody to get good at something, good enough to where I'm like, fuck you, I'll pay you to help make us stuff, you know. So that's really what it. When you're good at something, or when something's it stands out. That's what it is. It's like you can't ignore it. So it's like, oh wow, wow, she's making all this shit. Like that's kind of how it goes. Wow, she's making all this shit. Like that's every day I see it. I'm like, okay, I need help. This is the first person I'm thinking of. So it's like something stands out, you know, and that doesn't mean like you know. And this is just me being honest, but some people are also delusional, and some people will think that they deserve something. And this is nobody specifically even related to witches. I'm just talking about in other fields, or just people think that they're, oh well, I'm this, so I should get this, or you know, it's like just because you do this doesn't mean that's what I'm looking for. You know, just because you're a professional, or just because you know everything has to align. The vibe's got to be right. The you know all of it has to connect. But that doesn't mean you can't get better. Like I said, within a year of her, you know, that caught my eye. It was like, okay, like this is what I'm trying to do, like to start alleviating some of the all of the in-house editing that we have to do ourselves, because now I can start adding that energy to the lore and all of the stuff that we're about to start dropping in 27. So it's like if I don't have that help, then I can never get to that point. But right now, like it's just one of those things. I'm not looking for something specifically until I see it. You know, I wasn't looking for her, and just every day I was like, "Fuck, I need help. We need help. We need help. We need help." And it's like, "Wow, she's making all this shit. Fucking, that's the perfect person, you know, to help." So that's really what it is. Okay, what is last question here? I didn't realize it was 11 already, but what is one thing that always a small thing that always makes my day better? Um, I think hmm, huh? Sorry, one sec. Oh, sorry, I was scrolling through something. Um, One thing that makes my day better is when the cult shares my music and makes cool videos to it. So that way we can get this song and the new songs to my top songs on Spotify, because I'm sick of seeing Teen Spirit and Wicked Game as my top two songs. So right now, just use this song. I'm grateful for the songs, but it's time for a fucking change. I cannot be stuck under those two fucking cover songs for my entire career. So I want I want if we all focus on just promoting one song, we create enough video views or videos with it, then eventually it'll tell the algorithm and it'll start pushing to more people. That's just the way it goes, you know. Right now, AI fucking bots are doing it for major labels, so I'm just getting drowned out in the noise of the internet. So I only got you. If we can't do it, you know, we got nothing. So I feel like you're the only way. It's you or AI, and I don't want to take that route. So, but all right, well, this is it. Farewell. I'm going to be in Europe in about a week and a half, and I will be completing the Enter Afterlife European leg, meeting all you beautiful co-members of the European continent and the UK. And yeah, it's going to be beautiful. So look forward to seeing all of you there. Maybe I'll try to go live once or twice overseas and give some updates. And yeah, in the meantime, just please share this new song and make my dreams come true. And let's blow it up, because it's time for something new for me. It's the only possible way. Don't gatekeep me. you're not doing no favors, and you're not doing me no favors. But also, I don't think a lot of people gatekeep me anyway. I think you're all very good about sharing, so it's not you who I'm talking to. So thank you so much for everything you do, and yeah, I will talk to you probably in Europe sometime. So be safe and take it easy.